Yeah. This ain't for small talk, no casual lines. It's for the messages we type but never hit send in time. The draft folder full of ghosts, the words we needed most, left hanging in the silence where the love was once close. I see your name and my throat still tight, still feel the fire from the words I couldn't write. I kept it soft, I played it safe, but the truth don't fade, it just hides its face. Dear friend, can we talk? Not the fake kind, not the polite, I mean the midnight kind. They am not alright, the mirror truth that don't dress up nice. Dear friend, can we talk? Let me say what I held too long. I swallow pain just to stay strong, but healing starts when we admit we're wrong. I practice what to say in the shower steam, had the whole damn speech but lost it in the scene. I said it's cool when it burned like hell, that's a wound you know too well. Had dinner with regret and pride but never myself. My voice went quiet but my chest stayed loud. The truth kept knocking but I turned it down. They called me too deep, too much, too soft, but soft don't mean lost, it just means I fought. Dear friend, can we talk? Can we talk? Not the fake kind, not the polite, I mean the midnight kind. They are not alright, the mirror truth that don't dress up nice. Dear friend, can we talk? Can we talk? Let me say what I held too long. I swallow pain just to stay strong, but healing starts when we admit we're wrong. I write cause face to face feels like too much. I text cause your voice might break my trust. I email hope with no time attached, but every line I send is a piece I get back. Dear friend, can we talk? Can we talk? Not the fake kind, not the polite, I mean the midnight kind. I'm not alright, the mirror truth that don't dress up. Can we talk? You ever hold something inside you so long it starts to rot? The truth ferments in silence. This ain't about closure, it's about honesty. When I do with harmony, yeah. Dear friend, can we talk? Can I pour this truth like wine? I'm for the ache I've locked inside for such a long, long time. Dear friend, can we talk? You should have snap or piano, internet delivery.
Welcome to Blended Healing. Welcome to Dear Friend. Let's talk.
There were nights I wrote you letters, tore them up before.
Welcome to Blended Healing. Welcome to Dear Friend. Let's talk. You made it, and I'm so glad you're here. This is our space to breathe, to think, and to heal together. We'll sip something warm, jot a few thoughts, and maybe find new perspective along the way.
Dear friend, you've been quiet long enough. We all have, right? Welcome back to Dear Friend. New look. New way of thinking, a new way of talking, a new way of just new. So, dear friend, you've been quiet long enough. So let's unpack it. Today's conversation is about something almost everybody has experienced. When two people know something that needs to be said, but nobody starts the conversation. Everybody feels it, whether it's tension, the distance, change, or both. People keep pretending everything is normal. Now, here's the thing about moments like that. They usually don't start big. They start small. Somebody does say something that was stated like it was received the wrong way, something that bothered you, but you have maybe let it slide. All right, you let it slide. A misunderstanding that neither one of y'all cleared up. And instead of talking about it right then and there, both of y'all keep talking to yourselves the same way, the same thing, and say, I'll bring it up later. That's what you do. But later turns into tomorrow. Tomorrow turns into next week. And before you know it, the conversation that could have been simple now feels complicated. The longer it sits there, the harder it feels to bring up. Most of the time, both people know it's there. Nobody's confused about the change. You can feel it. You can hear it in the shorter responses. And you can see it in the way that conversations move around the real issue without ever touching it. But still, nobody starts it. Today's letter is about that moment. So let's get into it. Welcome to Blended Healing. Welcome.
Flows, draws you in like midnight gold. A sip of her truth and you'll unfold. Goddess D got soul control. Hey, this is grown folks medicine. Don't play unless you're ready to swim. Deep, real deep. A daily dose of tea. She speaks love fluently. Red wine wisdom with a side of clarity. Come through for your blessing. A daily dose of tea. This ain't lust, it's legacy. Touch your heart, shift your frequency. In the love palace where soul shifts realign. Let love dock right here. She don't chase, she attracts. She don't beg, she reflects back. So if you're here, you align now.
Make sure that you tap into the Love Palace with Goddess D of Love. Make sure your notification bell is on. She took a couple of days off. Grown folk do that. Because life keeps life and life keeps going. But make sure that you keep that notification bell on, okay? All right. Let's get into the letter of the day. All right. The letter states the following. Dear friend, there's something I've been meaning to say for a while now. I just didn't know how to start the conversation. Every time I thought about bringing it up, I told myself maybe it wasn't the right moment. Maybe I was reading too much into things. If I just let it go, things would go back to how they used to be. But they didn't. Somewhere along the way, something changed between us. Not all at one time, just little things. The way our conversation started to get shorter and shorter. Certain topics suddenly felt off limits. And then both of us started choosing our words more carefully. Like we were trying to avoid stepping on each other's toes or even our fragile egos, if you want to keep it a buck. The strange part is, I don't even know exactly when it started. I just know that one day I realized we were talking around something instead of through it. I kept waiting for the right moment to say something, the right tone, the right place or setting, the right words. That wouldn't make things worse. But the more I waited, the harder it felt to begin. What used to be simple conversation started feeling like something that could have changed everything. So I shut my mouth. And maybe you did too. Maybe both of us were hoping that the other person would be the one to open the door. We were both trying to protect the connection by avoiding the one conversation that might actually help it breathe again. But silence has a strange way of growing when nobody interrupts it. And now we're here, still talking, still seeing each other, still going through the motions of a relationship, but with something sitting in the middle of that neither one of us has even attempted to touch. I don't know exactly how this conversation is going to go when it finally happens. I don't know if it'll clear the air or make things uncomfortable for about a minute. But I do know this: pretending everything is normal hasn't made it better. And maybe the only way forward is the one thing that we've both been avoiding: starting the conversation. Sincerely. Let that sink in for about a minute. Dear friend, there's something I've been meaning to say for a while now. I just didn't know how to start the conversation. Marinate on that for about a minute. I'll be right back.
Where the love at? I see black hatred. Come on, bruh. Why come y'all still be on that fake shit? Come on, bruh. How you black hating on blacks? That shit racist. Come on, bruh. If they don't give it back to us, then should we just take it? Come on, bruh. Where the love at? I see black hatred. I see it. Bruh. Why come y'all still be on that fake shit? Come on, bruh. How you black hating on blacks? That shit racist. Come on, bruh. If they don't give it back to us, then should we just take it? Come on, brother. Brother. Come on, brother. Go. Yeah, each one and teach one. Come on, brother. Go. Brother. You tired of seeing people suffer? Come on, brother. Go, brother. Hey, come still in that emergency state. Go red at the date. If we don't get the act right, it just might be too late. No longer the wait. It's about time we elevate. I know you love to talk down and debate, but how we gon' find a way to keep the kids from getting hit by bullets dead straight on the switch of a gun that didn't fuck up the aim? Don't trip, I'm still pulling up on Saturday at 2 or even 2:30. Big mouthpiece back to clear up your vision, cause I know it's been getting blurry. They say that boy funny and he's strictly good vibes only. COC money land and this G is still the homies. Don't forget every other mental health money to come pull up on me. At about 2:45, we can't go live like it's us only. Surely but surely, old boy said he my dog, but this I heard he been hating on me. Hey, hold up, homie, come on, brother. Where the love at? I see black hatred. Come on, my sister, don't you know you are destined for greatness? Come on, sister, I put big brother mouthpiece in your playlist. Come on, sister, with your twin husband, see that's tasteless. Come on, sister, where the love at? I see black hatred.
All right. Welcome back. There's something I want to sit with for about a minute today. You heard the letter. And you know what it's about. The conversations that we keep avoiding. Because the situation we're talking about right now is way more common than people want to talk about or even admit to themselves. It happens in friendships, in family relationships and situations between people who care about each other very, very deeply. And sometimes even between people who genuinely want to keep the connection strong. The strange thing about it is that two people can care about each other, respect each other, and still find themselves avoiding one conversation that could have actually cleared the air. And it's not because somebody's being stubborn or that they stop caring. In a lot of cases, it's actually the opposite. Sometimes people care too much about the relationship that they become afraid to saying the wrong thing and accidentally damaging something that they value. Yeah. And when that fear comes in, people start convincing themselves that maybe it's better to just leave things alone. So what do people do? What do we do? What do you do in moments like that? You tell yourself it's not that serious. Or they tell themselves maybe they're overthinking things. Maybe the feelings will pass. Maybe the anxiety and tension will smooth itself out if they just give it a little more time. Then here comes the hope, knocking at the door, waiting for the moment that it'll fix itself without anybody having to open up their mouth. Sometimes they even tell themselves that maybe the other person will bring it up first. And that would make things so much easier. That never really happens, rarely happens. I'll say it that way because the right moment that they're thinking about, they think it's going to miraculously present itself naturally one day and the conversation will happen without any pressure attached to it. So we wait. You wait for the perfect moment, the perfect mood, the perfect setting, the perfect energy between both people before saying anything at all, right? You know, time has a funny way of stretching things out. What started off as something small, something that could have been cleared up in a few minutes, starts feeling bigger the longer it sits there untouched. And the conversation that could have been 5 minutes now starts feeling like it's a whole setup. Now you feel like you got to explain everything carefully so it doesn't come out wrong. You're thinking about your tone, your timing, your delivery, wondering if today's the right day to say it. Maybe the mood isn't right yet. Maybe the other person seems too busy. Maybe they seem too stressed. Maybe tonight, today, tomorrow, the afternoon, the morning isn't the right time. So you wait. And then you wait some more. And while all that waiting is happening, life keeps going. the relationship keeps moving and y'all still talking, still seeing each other, still interacting the way that you normally do to some extent. But on the surface, everything might even look the same as it always has. But somewhere underneath all of that normal stuff, something just doesn't sit right anymore. And both people can feel it, even if nobody says it to each other or even out loud. Excuse me. Still getting over this cold. Maybe the conversations don't flow as easily as they used to. Maybe certain topics don't come up the way that they once did. And both people start choosing their words a little bit more carefully than before. And at first it's real subtle, like, And then it's noticeable if you're paying attention. At this point right now, I don't know about y'all, but the spidey senses should have been jumping off the page, because that right there is louder than anything. Because it's like, yo, I'm going to say something. But I'm going to hold it. I'm going to hold on to that for about a minute. I'm going to hold on to that. See, a lot of times both people already know exactly what the issue is. Nobody says it. Nobody actually starts the conversation. But both people can feel like something changed somewhere along the way, and they already know. They already know. And even though you can sense it, neither one of y'all wants to be the one who opens the door. So instead of dealing with the situation directly, people start moving around it. They start talking about everything except the one thing sitting right there in the middle of the whole damn pile of shit. The elephant. The elephant stays exactly where it is. Exactly where it is. And the conversation just keeps circling around it. Excuse me for cursing. I apologize. But the longer something like that sits there, the more space it starts taking up. What was once a small moment of discomfort, right, is now turning into distance. And that distance doesn't usually happen because people stop caring about each other. Most of the time it just happens because nobody interrupted the silence, you dig? Silence has a strange way of getting comfortable if nobody challenges it. If nobody steps forward and says something, that quiet space between y'all just keeps stretching wider and wider. And eventually what could have been a simple conversation, like I said before, starts feeling like something much deeper than it really ever needed to be. And now it feels awkward to bring it up, and it feels like you might open up something bigger, a bigger can of worms than you intended. Now it feels like the moment has passed. Even though the issue itself never actually went anywhere, it's still the albatross around your neck. Avoiding the conversation doesn't make the situation disappear. It leaves it sitting there waiting. And while it's sitting there waiting, something else starts happening in the background. Assumptions start flying around. One person starts guessing what the other person meant. The other person starts wondering if they offended somebody without even knowing exactly how. And then little thoughts start building stories and that were never actually confirmed. And before long, both people are reacting to ideals that were never ever even explained in the first place. Oh, and hold on. You know what else happens? How about them others weighing in and adding more layers onto it? What about that? All because the two main characters never said the first sentence at all. So let me ask you something. Is there a conversation sitting somewhere in your life right now that both people know needs to happen, but nobody has started yet? Is there something sitting between you and somebody else that both of you can feel, but neither one of y'all have touched yet? Because if there is, then the real question becomes this: what would actually happen if someone simply spoke first? Not a perfect speech, nothing like that, no long ass explanation that you done rehearsed in front of the mirror 1,000 gazillion times in your head. Just one honest sentence that opens the door. Sometimes the very thing people are afraid to talk about ends up being the exact thing that clears the air once it's finally said out loud. Sometimes the weight that people have been carrying around isn't heavy because the problem is huge. And sometimes it's just heavy simply because nobody has been brave enough to acknowledge it yet. Sometimes all it takes to change the entire atmosphere between two people is someone saying, all right, we need to talk about this. So I'm going to leave that with you, dear friend. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time.
Always. Come on in. My pleasure. Make yourselves at home.
A gentle start, body butter warm in every part. Crystals on charms and light, smoking nerves, energy shine. Every drop, every sip, G-Maca essentials, my heart's content. G-Maca essentials, house of blessings, mine spray so low, feel the magic pressing. G-Maca essentials, house of blessings for every night, every way, lift your spirit rising. Mystery box, what's inside? Lunar drift to guide the night. Tarot spreads, visions clear. G-Maca essentials is always near it. G-Maca essentials, house of blessings, running spray so low, feel the magic press. She don't chase, she conjures, speaks in stars, walks in thunder. Got moonlight in her bones, burning sage while she moans. She got oils on her dress, truth in her tongue. A yes is a blessing and no makes you run. She don't sugarcoat spells, don't whisper soft lies. She'll read you the filth and kiss between sides.
Hey family, it's me. Glasses on and glasses off. However you know me, I'm honored to be the face behind the Blended Healing Realms podcast. Every week we talk wellness, energy, and real life steps to grow through what we go through. Pull up a chair, grab some tea, and if you want to keep this energy going, hit that subscribe button on YouTube. You can also find me on Instagram and TikTok at G-Maca Essentials. Same vibe, more ways to connect. I'll see you there.
blacker than I ever been, despite the lies and fine print behind the devil's grin. See, I was told our skin was sin, they told me this was punishment. But I feel like I'm sunning the mitochondrial evidence of a victim. I took each affliction as character building. Now look at a nigga, something to brag about. How the supremacy of God been fucking showing out. Now everything I breathe on got to venerate my righteous mouth, restore it to black.
My loves, I want you to reflect on this. If you can, may I offer. What's a conversation you know you need to have, but keep postponing it? Because most of the time, the conversation we keep pushing off is the one that's already been sitting between two people for a long time. And the longer it sits there, the bigger it starts feeling in our heads. But sometimes, all it really takes is somebody being honest enough to start the first sentence. Dear friend, you've been quiet long enough. Maybe it's time. Ashe. If this conversation today feels familiar to you or felt familiar, go ahead and drop it in the comments. I read them. Or if you're not comfortable doing it here, you can always drop it in my Instagram DMs or email me. With that being said, thank you for stopping by. Remember, the conversations we keep avoiding, maybe it's time. I'll see you next time. Be well, stay safe, ashe, and deep bow to each and every one of you. And have a blessed day.
I swallow pain just to stay strong, but healing starts when we admit we're wrong. Dear friend, can we talk? No more silence, no more shame. Let's lay it down, don't need to place blame. I just want peace, not to win the game. Dear friend, can we talk? Dear friend, can we talk? You ever hold something inside you so long it starts to rot? A truth fermented in silence. This ain't about closure, it's about honesty. When I do with harmony, yeah. Dear friend, can we talk? Can I pour this truth like wine? I'm for the ache I've locked inside for such a long, long time. Dear friend, can we talk? Before the silence swallows it whole, I need you to know I tried, I cried, I'm here, I'm whole. I tried, I cried, I'm here, I'm whole. Light extra glitcher, shit a snap or piano, internet delivery.
Welcome to Blended Healing. Welcome to Dear Friend. Let's talk.
There were nights I wrote you letters.